Utahraptor's head so far. Jaw articulation works. It doesn't stay closed very well, but it still can open and close. And also I'm trying out feathering detail. But yeah, that's as far as I've gotten on it so far. So far, I've gotten a little bit further. I started off with just the head, and I kind of gotten this far on it now. I've gotten the head, neck, body, tail, and one of the legs. Still haven't done the leg on this side, and I haven't done the wings yet. But besides that, the Utahraptor is pretty much done. Also got toe claw articulation, which should be good when it comes out. And a good chunk of the Utahraptor done so far. I've gotten both the legs and arms mostly done. I'm just missing the hands and working on the wing feathers right now. Once I'm done with that, I will be done with this figure. Looks really nice so far. Finally finished the Utahraptor, and now all I have to do is paint it. And then I'll show off all the articulation and other stuff. And the wings came out really well. And also the detailing looks pretty nice too. But yeah. The paint goes, this is as far as I've gotten on the Utahraptor. There's still more details I have to add, but I'll show you guys when it's done. Our Utahraptor, all I have to do is seal in the paint, then it will be done, and we can take a closer look. Looks very nice. Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the final results of the Utahraptor. So it has a very nice coloring, and also the texturing came out pretty nicely. As you can see, it got nice feathers on the head, going down the body. Let me just adjust the camera a little bit up. The wing feathers came out very nicely. Body feathering and legs, pretty good. Tail feathering on the top, pretty nice. And then at the end of the tail, you got the fan at the end of it, so yeah. But the feathering came out pretty nicely on this one. Now let's actually take a look at the other side, which, yeah, the mouth doesn't stay closed very well, just sometimes I can get it to stay closed a little bit for not too long, but that didn't really work. But anyways, here's all that feathering on this side. I didn't do much detailing on the underside, so it's just kind of smooth, but I did the feathers on the top because I really wanted to represent the feathers. Next, let's move on to articulation, which obviously we got the articulated jaw, which can open and close very well. And then the neck, well, the head can move up a little bit, and then it can move down. Then there's the head, which can wiggle side to side a little bit, but the articulation isn't too much. Then we have the arms actually do not have any articulation. I was originally going to put some on there, but I decided against it, mainly because I didn't want to do too much, especially with the feathering. The legs do not have articulation up here because this is very tricky. I've not really figured that out, but I do articulation at the bottom part of the leg, so these can move. And then also, another really fun thing that I added was that the toe claw can move down and back up on both toes. And then also the feet can move down and then back up. The tail articulation isn't too much, especially here. And then there's a little bit where the fan is, but that's about it. So it doesn't have too much articulation, but it has enough to get it to work. Now let's move on to size comparison. So here is the Utahraptor compared to a human, which it came out a little bit bigger than it was supposed to be, but it's still pretty nice. So next, let's also measure with a tape measure. This Utahraptor measures in at about 15 inches. Well, 13 inches. It looked like 15 from the angle I was at, but closer to 14. We'll just say about 14. And then at the height of the top of the head is about 5 inches or 4.5, and then at the hips it's about 4.5 also. So that's all for the Utahraptor in size. Here's it from the front, just to show it off, which it looks pretty decent from this angle. And it also looks okay enough from the back. But yeah, now let's compare it to a few other creatures, like the other Jurassic World raptors. First, let's compare it to a Utahraptor, which it towers over. Like, incredibly towers over. Then we have the other feather raptor, which is the Pyroraptor. Then we have it compared to the Jurassic World Velociraptor. And those are all the raptors that they've released, I'm pretty sure. And now let's compare it to a few other creatures I've made. Here is it compared to Mape, which is enormous compared to it, which you can't really tell, but Mape is a little bit longer and also a bit taller, so it is quite a bit bigger, but they're also very similar colors. I need to stop making blue creatures because I've made a lot of blue creatures. I need to take a break about that. Next, let's compare it to the... Here's it compared to my Utahraptor, which I will probably also be uploading a video on this one, which I've already showed it in a video before, but I have not showed the making of it, which I didn't get too much footage of it when I was making it, but I'll still make a video of it. And the Utahraptor is a little bit longer than it and slightly taller than it, so it is quite a bit bigger, but the Utahraptor is still a massive figure. Next, let's compare it to the Rajasaurus, or as I like to call him, Chester, which Utahraptor is supposed to be probably a little bit shorter than this. Well, about the same size as Chester, but now it towers over in height, which you can't really tell from this angle, but Utahraptor is much taller. Yeah. And then, next, let's compare it to an older one, Smock. I still have not painted this one. I should paint this. I've had this for almost a year and still haven't gone around to painting it. But here is Smock compared to it, which looks pretty nice. And I considered comparing it to another creature that I've not shown off, but I've had made for a little while, but I still think I want to do its own video, so I'm probably not going to reveal it yet. But anyways, this is the Utahraptor. It looks very nice. I finally made pretty decent feathering. And the articulation's okay. I could do better. I've done better articulation. But, yeah. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.